Hi ladies and gentlemen, Morino back here again. This video is more of a special request for someone. One person that commented on my video, he just asked me if I can create a video or if I can do a video on
Hey, fuck
astral
you today. Fuck you, big
and
boy.
he just asked me if I can do a video on astral senses and on elemental tattvas. It's more of a reference to my review of my book review on the book by the Greco-American author Constantinos and his book Summoning Spirits: The Art of Magical Evocation. Honestly, my opinion towards this is neutral towards this request. So hence me commenting to your video, commenting to your comment, replying to your comment. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, that's my literal stance towards this. In any case, I'm going to start off with astral traveling first. Astral traveling comes ridiculously easy to me. Despite the fact that I haven't astral traveled I haven't astral traveled for in ages. It still comes easy to me, and undoubtedly I could easily do it. Okay, astral traveling comes easy. I can astral travel, I think, in literally just 10 seconds, 5 seconds even. It's simply a matter of stepping outside my body, stepping outside my physical body astrally, and then I'm done. Yeah, the purpose of astral travel is to be able to travel to other spheres of dimension and to explore the astral plane. That is in short the benefit, or what one could do with it. That's the whole purpose of astral traveling. The benefit of astral traveling is, unfortunately, astral traveling doesn't have many benefits aside from the fact that you can simply explore other phases of reality, astrally speaking. Okay, you can visit the astral dimension, you can come into contact with spirits that way, you can talk to them, and you can become stronger by absorbing astral energy from the spheres that you visit. For example, if you were to travel to the Kabbalistic sphere of the sun, so Tiferet, then you could absorb solar energy. I remember doing this. I'm not going to go too much into this. For those of you that are seriously interested in heavy-handed astral traveling, you can visit. I'm going to link the article below in the description below, called "Climbing the Tree of Life and Death," climbing the Kabbalistic spheres. I also did 2 videos on that, but I think most likely new followers of mine are unfamiliar with that video, or they either missed it. It is an old video. It's like kind of like a half a year ago or something. Alongside the article, I astral traveled through the Tree of Life twice, more times even, but at least twice as far as I can remember. And the Tree of Death I did once, but I never finished completely. I still had the top cliff, the one that Satan shares rules over with Moloch. The sphere, the anti-sphere representing duality. I forgot what it's called. Okay, I can't put my finger on it right now. Tomiel, yeah. It's called Tomiel. And I visited the Tree of Death once, with the exception of Tomiel. I visited all the other spheres, I think once, yeah, at least once, where I met the rulers and all of that. But again, I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm sure people want to know, especially the person that requested this, is how you astral travel. First off, I need to state that astral traveling isn't for everyone. That's a general saying. Some people are going to be better at other things than other people. I have spoken to people in the past that have told me that they have incredible difficulty with astral traveling. For me, as an invoker, it's ridiculously easy, honestly. I never had any issues. I was able to, even literally by practicing the first time, I was able to leap outside my body or even step outside my body. And wow, the activity that ensued, I had a bunch of spirits that visited my house. Even some malevolent ones that just tried to mess with my body, physical body, because I felt someone touching me, and then I would automatically just snap back into my body, and the shock is kind of jarring, it's unwelcome. You can feel annoying, you get an inconvenient feeling over you, okay? A feeling that seems almost dirty. those are some of the experience that I've had. Okay, and when I spoke to some of these spirits, they simply told me that they heard that someone was astral traveling nearby, a sorcerer or a practicing magician. So they wanted to check things out to see what was actually going on. They're just nosy spirits. That was all. That's what happened when I practiced astral traveling. But in any case, on how to astral travel is simply a matter of willing yourself, your astral body out of your physical body. You literally just need to relax, okay? Generally speaking, this is the general method to do so. You need to relax, okay? People that want to know exactly how to do it can just look the information up online, as well as consult that book that I did a review on, Summoning Spirits. But generally speaking, you can just relax, okay? That's all it is. Just relax. You can do it either lying down or standing or sitting, you name it. I remember when I practiced astral traveling, I was even able to do it sitting as well as standing up. I could literally stand outside. I would astral travel outside my body. My entire body was almost like a rock, like an inanimate object. I remember that still. I mean, I was literally like this. I stood literally like this, and I was just locked in place for an hour. And I found it amazing because I am not the kind of person that enjoys standing. I'm not lazy or not lazy or a slothful person, but I don't enjoy standing. On average, you'll rarely see me stand for longer than 15 minutes somewhere. I'm not like that. But yeah, it was amazing. I felt how limp my body was. Like my body wasn't even alive anymore. It was just kind of like an inanimate object. I was like a rock or boulder just in place while my astral body was doing its thing. In any case, on how to astral travel, you just need to relax, okay? The same way that I'm doing right now. Just relax, okay? Breathe in and out until you're completely relaxed, okay? Don't let any other thought trouble you. Just free your mind. Try to put your mind at ease. And when you're completely relaxed, just tell yourself a couple of times you're relaxed. I'm relaxed. I am relaxed. Until you can feel that you've completely relaxed. And then you just say to yourself, I'm going to step outside my physical body and I will be astral traveling. That's it. I am stepping outside my physical body, or I step outside my physical body. I am going to astral travel. Just do a kind of like a countdown. That's what I did. I'm going to astral travel now, and I'll be doing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Of course, with your eyes closed. And then just envision yourself, okay, stepping outside your physical body. And then just look around you, look in the room, look at your own body, and so on. The first time that you do it, okay, you might have difficulty making out things because the astral realm and the astral sphere can be hazy. I'm talking about really hazy. Sometimes it's hard to make out things, even your own body. You really have to focus and look at your own physical body in order to make out specific features. But most of the times, or at least half of the times, it will be blurry. Things will be blurry. And for people, that's simply the general way to do it, and practice makes perfect. Just practice once or at least once a day on average, and then you're good. After a month, you should be able to just go ahead and do your things. And in regards to elemental tattvas, yeah, you can just look up how to make tattvas. Again, this is basic stuff, ridiculously basic stuff. Elemental tattvas are simply gateways for astral traveling to the elemental spheres. For example, fire, air, earth, water. Yeah, this is a really long time ago. I remember the Enochian names now. Exarp, Hokoma, Nanta, and Bitum. Bitum is fire. Nanta, I think, is earth. Exarp is air, and Hokoma is water. These are Enochian names for all the 4 elements. And I forgot what the thingy is for spirit, the 5th element within Tattva circles, or within the confines of Tattva usage. In any case, it's ridiculously easy to just make them. You can just follow the instructions for Tattva usage either online or in any book, like the book that I did a review on again. And how it works, it's simply that is that you simply scry this, you simply gaze at these Tattvas, and after gazing intensely just not intensely, but just gaze relaxed, and after a minute or so, just remove that Tattva and you'll see the opposing Tattva. You'll see the spiritual equivalent of that Tattva, the astral equivalent, but it will have an opposing color. For example, for red it will be green, for blue I think it will be orange, yeah. For blue it will be orange, and so on. I don't know it all out of my head or by memory because it was that long ago. This was really, wow, this is really bringing up memories, okay? None of this stuff does anything for me, obviously. And the color opposing gold and yellow, I think, is purple or something. Yeah, it's violet or purple. Yeah. And in any case, once you see that, you can simply close your eyes and simply visualize that that tattva is enlarged to the point where it's like a door in front of you, and astral travel. And once you're in your astral body and outside your physical body, you can simply go through that tattva door, if you will. Once you've gone through that door, you'll find yourself in the elemental sphere. For example, if fire, you visited fire, you can simply astral travel to the elemental plane of fire, and then you'll go from there, okay? Most of the times you'll meet a spirit that will guide you through the place. If you don't see anyone, you can just go ahead and look everything for yourself. Look at everything for yourself. If you want help, for example, you can always just in astral form call out the archangel ruling that sphere's name. For example, for fire it would be Gabriel. For water, for fire it would be Michael. For water it would be Gabriel. Raphael for air, and Oriel for earth. Yeah, that is it in an elemental sense or in an elemental way. And you can just mosey on and go about your business. And last but not least, that person also asked me something regarding astral senses. In regards to astral senses, developing astral senses, there are techniques in which you can use that develop astral senses. The one that I use to be able to see spirits or to see astral energy and to hear, there are several things that you can do. You can train yourself to see, to hear. You can train yourself even to smell, and you can train yourself to touch, but that's not even necessary. Seeing and hearing is enough because you'll need those to be able to see and hear spirits, of course. The rest will come by itself. The simplest way to train yourself for astral senses is to simply use a mirror scrying technique. And long story short, it simply involves you putting a mirror adjacent of yours, let's just say 2 to 3 meters away. And that mirror can either be circular or it can be square, rectangular, whatever shape you prefer. But that mirror needs to be positioned at such an angle that it is that nothing is visible in it, that there's no reflection visible in it. Let's just say at a 45-degree angle, halfways. Okay, so if you're putting a mirror like this, it automatically needs to be tilted in such a way that you can't look in that mirror, that there is no reflection, that you're not seeing anything, that the mirror isn't reflecting the wall or the ceiling or anything like that. You'll see that if you do so, it automatically becomes kind of like it gives off a glimmering vibe. And all you need to do is just scry that mirror from where you're sitting, 2 to 3 meters away, and just scry at it in a relaxed fashion for at least half an hour a day. And that's how you develop astral senses. After a while, you'll start noticing dark shadows form around that mirror. Mirror is a focal point, but that's how you develop astral senses. You're basically training yourself to see astral energy. You're training yourself to see into the astral plane. And after a while, it's simply a matter of practicing, okay? And the activity will simply intensify to the point where you've mastered you've mastered the art of gaining astral senses, of clairvoyance. And regarding clairaudience, hearing, a simple technique, an example that I can give, but you can vary up this technique, okay? You can change things up. Is simply, for example, by using a bell. And let's just say you're ringing a bell, a tiny bell, and you're simply ringing that bell once, and what you need to do is to simply visualize the astral equivalent of that bell, and then that bell making the same noise. An example that I'm going to give is, I can't come up with a good example right now. Let's see. I can't come up with a good example right now, but in any case, let's just say you ring a bell, tiling, and you're hearing that bell ring. Just memorize exactly what that bell sounded like, and then recreate that sound exactly in an astral fashion. Okay, hear in your mind that bell ring, or even better, visualize the astral version of that bell, and then hear that bell make the same noise while that bell is moving. And you can simply try all kinds of things. When I practice with a bell, I practice a frog. I envision the frog, an astral frog sitting there, and that frog literally just going ribbit or making thingy sounds, frog-like sounds, obviously. And until I had mastered it, and until I could hear an astral frog properly and well enough, to the point where I heard everything clearly. And yeah, that is it. And that's simply how you master things: clairvoyance and clairaudience. These are basic and simple exercises that simply require a significant amount of effort from your part out as an operator, as a magician. And that is it, basically. And again, like I just said, gaining astral smell is kind of like optional. But if you want to do so, it's simply smelling something, for example, something simple, something that has a default or a set amount of a set scent. Let's just say perfume, for example. Simply smell perfume in real life and then visualize that same perfume, okay, in an astral way, okay. You memorize exactly what it smells like and everything, and then just recreate that multiple times astrally, okay. Smelling that perfume without actually having that perfume be anywhere near you afterwards, and until you've mastered it. That's another example. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else that I can cover. That's it regarding astral traveling, elemental tattvas, and gaining astral abilities, clairvoyance and clairaudience, and being able to smell things on an astral level. Last but not least, before I close off, I will state too that even if you have mastered all of these exercises, if you summon your first spirit, or if you summon, it's a growth curve, okay? Just because you summon that spirit doesn't mean that you'll automatically be able to see him. It can be the case, but for me, generally, it was not. Okay, it's a growth curve or a learning curve. In the beginning, I didn't see the spirits that I work with crystal clear. It's simply when you summon spirits multiple times as time passes by and you become more proficient and adept at what you do, then you'll be able to get things done for yourself. You'll be able to see them better and hear them better and all of that. An example that I want to give is that when I first invoked Abaddon for private matters, that I didn't see him. I did hear him, but I didn't see him. All I saw was kind of like a shadow, let's just say a transparent silhouette, but I couldn't make out anything in the way of facial features and all of that, okay, or body shape or demeanor or complexion and pose, general physical body posture. No, none of that. The same went for the angel Iahadiel, the lunar angel, you name it. But as time progressed, I was able to make out more things, and I became more adept to the point where I'm able to be where I am at now. And that is it in any case. I'll hear it in the comment section if there are any remarks or any other possible requests. But do keep in mind, okay, that doesn't mean that I'm going to do a video on every person that requests something. This is simply something that I felt like doing and I had no problem with doing. But in the end, obviously, I'll be deciding on whether I want to do something.